Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 19. I'm Andy and this is Let's Play on Buy Real Farming US Edition. So here we are. First thing you notice is we have another car. And that's because we, well, in this setup my fiance works as a nurse, so she needs another car to get to work. So our trashy pickup, and we have a pretty okay 2016 Santa Fe, which he drives to work. What else do you want to watch? Well, we bought about 7 pallets of soybeans seeds. I decided to go with soybeans, and I planted about 2/3 of the field, so this is what's left. We have some grass fields because we're going to divide our fields into 3 different fields, so we can easily put one field in fallow every year, so we know which one. Over here we have some oilseed radish, which we're going to plant on the field which we're not using, and maybe as a cover crops on the other fields I also have to harvest. What else? We have bought some more fertilizer. It does take a lot of fertilizer to do the fields. So the thing was, I actually started out I started out fertilizing the fields, and I also started cultivating the fields in an episode I was recording yesterday. The problem was that I forgot to switch back from my Excel document, so it was like half an hour of Excel document and me talking about stuff you couldn't see, so that went into the trash. So this is the second episode I'm recording. Actually it's the third, but it's the second one you're gonna see. That's right. So I planted out in the field. We have fertilized the fields, we have cultivated fields once, and also we have planted the fields with the soybeans, or 2/3. So if we look at our field here, you can see this is planted. This is going to be in fallow this year, and then I'm going to rotate. So this one is this part next year, and this part the year after that. So we'll switch between these, which makes it easy to set this up. Let's see, where is it here? So rotation plan A, so that will be in soybeans. It will also be in soybeans, and that will be in fallow. So we'll see that will probably be in fallow there, and then maybe soybeans, which will be a pretty good one. And this one will, I don't know, if we plant soybeans again, that will be lower. Probably should put a lot of wheat or something. Bring it up. That could be wheat. Soybeans, it's the same. So we'll probably, I haven't decided on this, how we'll do this year, but or next year, but this is the year today. Soybeans, fallow. And we'll switch. We might actually switch between. You don't have to. We could do soybeans here, and we could do wheat in one field and switch between these. But wait. That's for next year. So this is year today. This year. So we're gonna take this back to our yard, and we're gonna go empty it. We're gonna put grass in it, grass seeds, and we're gonna do one line up here, and we're gonna go a line across here. So we're gonna divide the fields into 3 separate entities, or 3 different fields. The thing that took longest yesterday was cultivating the field. I mean, I probably spent like 4 or 5 hours cultivating this field. It takes forever. It takes a lot of time to cultivate. So empty that, please. gonna fill it up with grass seed. So I did also put it in solid fertilizer in this because I can do both. So that was pretty good. So my grass fields over here, I had to divide them up in the shed because otherwise it's going to be a hassle to fill this up. So let's go out into the field and see how we can divide this up. So I'm used to how fast you move in kilometers, and now I have it set to miles per hour, so I'm a little off how fast things are supposed to go. You move around 7 kilometers when you plan. No, that's slurry spreading. I don't know how fast this can move. It can move pretty fast though. This seeder, but I don't know how realistic that is. Okay, so we're gonna start with a straight line across here. We're gonna do a straight line across there. Actually, we start with the one on the opposite end. So then there'll be sort of a grass divider down here and down there, and then we'll do grass divider long row across here. Which hopefully should work without having to cultivate it first. But we might have to go cultivate one row there first. So, how to do this? We can sort of set up any straight lines here. I think so. Okay. So just gonna go one straight line here. Hopefully I can keep it straight. So it wasn't that simple. I'm aiming for a certain point in the field, sort of texturing. So I think I have it pretty straight. So, good. So that's one grass string done. We'll do the opposite side, and then we'll sort of do one in the middle, which I need to figure out where to put. So with the grass string, then it's easier to know where. There's a bump here. Clear that out. Oh dear. That was stupid. So I was gonna sort of even this out. Well, I guess now since I've done it, I should. Oh, stupid. Well, I guess it's more even, but we need to plow this. Crap. Actually, it isn't more even. Or maybe. Okay, so I just created a job for myself. Stupid. In so many ways. Like, why didn't I remember that? Go on. Okay, so we'll plant another grass streak up here. Streak.
Pappa, idag är jag inte sjuk längre.
Vad skönt, vad bra.
Men ska vi åka till skateparken?
Nej, jag har ont i halsen.
Bra.
Nej, men jag har ont i halsen. Vi får prata med mamma om det. Ja, men vi får prata med mamma om det, säger jag bara. Mamma kan väl åka. Okay, so grass turned on. There's also an aiming point in here, maybe. I think it'll be easy that part over there, because then I have a better aiming point in the already created path I've sown. I don't know how to say that. It's a little hard because I don't have everything in the texturing to follow. I'm trying to follow some sort of line here, which I don't think I'm actually doing very well. Or maybe. This is a line, I don't know. Hard to tell. So this is another grass streak, and then we're going to do one in the middle. So we need to figure out where the middle is first. Which might be a little bit difficult. So I'm thinking, I thought it should be around here where there's like a bend in the field. So around here. These aren't going to be completely straight lined. Actually, I think I might have to move slightly more upward. Maybe here before the bend. Here maybe? This is actually somewhere in the middle, I think. Between those two. Not here, but here. It's not going to be 100% equal, but okay, so I think that's okay. So I don't know if we can do it this way, or if we make it seeding something. I don't know if it's seeded. I might not be able to see because I planted that with my soybeans. We'll do a little bit longer, see if something happens. No, it doesn't plant. No. So we need to do that first with a cultivator, and then we need to do it with a planter. Ah, crap. A lot more work. So let's grab our cultivator. A lot more work than I planned on, but okay. And I guess it's sort of good in the sense that I will get a straighter and more narrow piece of grass here between these fields. Compared to the other field, that was quite wide. That was width of the seeder. This would be just width of the cultivator, which is 3 meters. It's shorter, so we'll have more space to plant on. It's always something, but it's one more thing to do. Let's go check the map. Why does it still look like I planted it there? Maybe it's too narrow. There's definitely nothing planted there. How I am destroying it. So. We'll see. I'm gonna wait a bit before planting the oilseed radish on that piece because I wanna have something visually. When the grass grows up in the middle, it's easier to tell where the fields start and end. I felt it was sort of a bummer that I sort of failed at recording the last episode I wanted to show you, because what I did on that episode was I went by the pickup, picked up small bags of fertilizer and brought it back and put it in the fertilizer spreader, and then went spreading fertilizer on the field, and so it was kind of an interesting episode. But that didn't work out, so here we are, quite a bit later. So cultivating the field with this cultivator took forever. But I mean, in real time it took like a day or so, half a day. So you wouldn't buy a more expensive cultivator, bigger tractor or anything like this just to run this field. I actually saw an interesting, it was sort of from a lobby group, so I guess they have that certain interest in mind when they were making it, but it was an interesting look on farming in the US and how productive and lucrative it is. And their point was that actually farmers are doing quite good. They have a lot more, about 13% higher income than the average in the States, and that has risen over the years. So farmers today are actually more well off today than they were before. Then again, there's a bit of an issue. There's several issues they were pointing to, and that other podcasts that I've been looking at have been pointing to other podcasts that were more from the farmer's point of view, some lobby organization. Anyway, the thing they were talking about was that the main problem is getting people to continue with farming. Small farms aren't dying out, of course, and bigger farms are growing, and because they don't have any choice, they have to grow to be more successful. But they have this means they're worth more. So the total assets of farms have risen quite a lot during the last 30-40 years. It also means that that drives up the price of farmland. So that's a big issue and a big problem, because that means no one else can get into farming, because it would frankly cost so much. So investing in equipment would cost a lot, but that's just one piece of it. The land worth, or the price of land, is the major problem for getting into farming. So you need to do it quite slow over decades, actually, if you want to buy up land or rent land, lease land for a long term. It will take a lot of time to get there, and you would need to big a farm if you want. They had actually found one article which I put in the description, in the link archive, which is you can find by description in the description of this episode. And if you look at that, they had 3 calculations getting to farming: a grain farm, I think it was Minnesota, or I think it's Minnesota, a dairy farm, and one more farm which I can't remember. There were 3 examples, and the article, the farmer who is a farmer who wrote the article, he did a calculation what you need and how much we will need to invest to start up one of those farms, and it's pretty hard. The cheapest one was actually the dairy farm, because it did cost a lot of, cows cost a lot, but you wouldn't need a ton of equipment, and you wouldn't need about 250 hectares or acres of land, which is not too bad. And 250 hectares compared, I mean, I was looking at another farm which was about 1,000 acres, and that's a lot of money to spend on land, and that made it about twice expensive as the dairy farm, even though the dairy farm needs animals and a lot of milk parlors and that sort of stuff. And the biggest farm was, I think, Winter Wheat Farm. Was that Winter Wheat? Oh, in like Kentucky, and that needed 3,000 acres, which I mean, that was a humongous price tag on that. Even though the land over there was cheaper, it was still a lot of money to spend. So, and this is Minnesota, where the land was quite expensive. I mean, this is not a cheap field, I believe. This is a real field with real prices on it. This is how much this land does cost right now here in reality. And if you were to, for instance, say, you want to expand, I want another field, I want to buy the same size of field more, it's about twice the money, so I need to invest twice the money to buy that sort of field, which we might need to do. I don't know if this is going to show up here. No, it doesn't show up here. It still does say soybeans, but I did cultivate this and I'm planting grass on it, so it should be grass. Well, actually, probably deselected grass. Oh, here. So now you get a line there. Okay, good. So this is going to be a divider between field 1, field 2, and then over there we have field 3. So I could have switched them, divided them by on the other direction, but I think this is better because it will create long lines to both cultivate and plow if I need that, and also long lines to harvest. So this is a more efficient way. Otherwise you have to turn around a lot, so this way you don't have to turn around as much as you would otherwise. I mean, otherwise, I mean, there's some pretty cool fields around. This is 17 acres, 64 acres. I think I might have done a mistake. No, this is 46 acres there. If I were to expand, I mean, buying land is expensive. It's 46, but that's a piece of grass down there. If I wanted something that was equal to this, I guess this would be it. Which would be okay, but that's twice the amount of money we need to spend. So that's a lot of money we need to loan. And we did pay a lot of the loan we had for this land in cash, so to reduce our debt. We'll see how much money we make off this field in the first year. And if we make a lot of money, we can maybe spend some more money. But that's in the future. So the plan is I'm gonna plant this, and then we need to then we're gonna let this grow. This is my plan, at least. Need to fix that over there eventually. Oh, stupid of me. I don't know what else we're thinking about. We can continue. Oh, it's raining. Hey. Now we have some weeds already showing up, so we need to go whack this with some herbicides, which we'll do tomorrow in the game, I think, if that has grown up by then. It is a long field, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Just got out of it. So I'm gonna stop here. Thank you for watching. I'm Andy. This has been a Let's Play on Buy Real Farm US Edition. And if you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, leave a comment or share. And I will see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.